There are some pretty dangerous and unpredictable places in the world. Most people would prefer to avoid these places because of the danger involved. Then you get those who are attracted to these areas. Why would they go here? You will have to ask them that. The fact is that these places exist, and we wanted to know where they are to either warn you or to indicate to the daredevils where to go. Some of these places are just really scary with not as much danger. Where are these places? We came up with the following list. Here are the places only the bravest of the brave would dare to visit. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Monrovia, Liberia. Having one of the African continent's worst slums, the West Point, Monrovia is the capital of the country of Liberia. Regardless of the tough living conditions, about 75,000 people crowd this slum. Infested with epidemics of cholera, crime, drug abuse, teenage prostitution, and severe deprivation of sanitation facilities, the West Point is an uncontrolled, merciless slum. Monrovia suffers from severe environmental hazards, such as floods and pollution. Almost every breath taken here can be your last. Truly one of the most dangerous places in the world to live in and to travel to. Monrovia needs to be considered with care. Skeleton Coast. The Skeleton Coast stretches from the southern Angola to northern Namibia. It stretches from the Kuene River south to the Swakop River. The Skeleton Coast ranks in the list of the deadliest places on Earth because of its extremely harsh climate. It offers almost zero chance of survival. The weather, hot winds, and lack of food and water make it difficult for travelers to explore this silent graveyard. Apart from harsh climatic conditions, the area is filled with bones of numerous animals, those of whales, elephants, turtles, seals, etc., giving a deathly appearance to the place. Apart from natural conditions, human threats, bandits, and robbery make it unfit for tourists to explore the area. Undoubtedly, it is among the most dangerous places on Earth. Alagoas, Brazil. Another deadly place connected to Brazil is Alagoas. Imagine living in a place where you never know when and by whom you will be minced into pieces or beheaded and forced to leave the earthly realm. This is the coastal state of Alagoas in Brazil for you. A few important metropolises of Brazil, such as Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo, are known to have remarkably high crime rates. However, in spite of its small size and low popularity, Alagoas has the highest rate of murders in the whole of Brazil, and most possibly even in the entire world. Though this state houses only about 3 million inhabitants, more than 2,000 people are killed every year. This should be very alarming for all visitors. Death Valley. Most extreme place on Earth? Death Valley is a desert valley on the California and Nevada border with extreme heat. It is known as one of the hottest places on the planet. There are only a few deserts in the Middle East and Africa approaching peak temperatures during the summer, which can compete with Death Valley. The hottest place on Earth had its hottest month recorded in July 2018. The average temperature, including overnight lows, was 108.1 degrees Fahrenheit for 4 days in a row. The daily highs hit a temperature of 127 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the highest recorded temperature. A band of settlers lost here in the winters around 1849 to 1850 gave Death Valley its forbidden name. While only one person died here as far as we know, they all thought this valley would be their cemetery. They were saved by two of their young men who were scouts, William Lewis Manley and John Rogers. As the men climbed over the Panamint Mountains from the valley, one of the men turned and looked back, saying, "Goodbye, Death Valley." It therefore earns its place among the top dangerous places in the world to visit. Sahel, North Africa. Bordering the famous Sahara Desert of Africa is the region of Sahel. Several decades before, this region was nowhere as dangerous as it is now. In recent times, it has changed to an extremely uninhabitable place. The main reason being that humans have exploited the area's limited water resources. Instead of making fair use of their resources, they've been very careless. This has resulted in continued large-scale desertification of the land. No form of life can thrive here for long due to the unavoidable risk of drought and famine. For 12 years between 1972 and 1984, people died in this area because of drought. The Sahel is a classic example of the kind of damage people do to themselves in the long run so they can experience momentary satisfaction. Oymyakon, Russia. Thousands of miles towards the east of Moscow, located in the heart of Siberia, is the Russian village of Oymyakon. Oymyakon is a small village located in the Oymyakonsky district. This place is considered to be one of the most dangerous places because of its extreme climatic condition. The severe temperature makes it nearly impossible for life to sustain itself in this region. The temperature drops to as low as -40 degrees Celsius, -90 degrees Fahrenheit, making it impossible for tourists or travelers to visit the place safely, as not many can survive this temperature. Apart from the cold, people do not visit this place as no vegetables are available and nothing can be grown, so the lack of food is another major issue. Only about 500 people have managed to settle down in this place, and survive the bitter cold. Interesting fact, it is so cold that mobile phones do not function here. Danakil Desert, East Africa. Spread across northeastern Ethiopia, southern Eritrea, and northern western Djibouti is the Danakil Desert of East Africa. Known far and wide for its volcanoes and geysers that give out many toxic gases and unbearable heat, this desert is one of the most harmful and most dangerous places around the world. Daytime temperatures can often surpass the extremes of 50 degrees Celsius or 122 degrees Fahrenheit, making it a gruesome place to visit or live in. Also, Eritrea is very prone to many inhuman conflicts, elevating the levels of danger here. These conflicts even increase the risk of getting kidnapped. Either natural or human-made, hazards and disasters abound in the Danakil Desert. A tactic used by warring parties in the desert is to surround an enemy unit and wait until they die of thirst, like a mini siege. Tijuana, Mexico. Tijuana is the most dangerous city in the world. It has a population of about 2 million people and has the highest number of homicides. Even with these high murder rates, the city does not show any signs of decreasing in killings. One of the greatest factors for the number of murders is the violence brought on by the drug kingpins, who terrorize the locals, the media, and have most of the security forces in their pockets. This theme is repeated in other cities in Mexico as well. Like in Acapulco, Tijuana is also known for its red light district, Zona Norte, with legal prostitution in strip clubs and on the street. The strip clubs are typically full contact, meaning the dancers let patrons fondle them. In a 1999 estimation, there were about 15,000 women engaged in prostitution in Tijuana outside of clubs and brothels. Tijuana is headquarters for Mexico's largest gambling concern, Grupo Caliente, which operates the only casinos in the city, more than 20 branches. Tourist or nightly visitors, mostly Americans drawn by the drugs, sex, and gambling, are sometimes robbed by municipal police. Syria ranks first among the world's most dangerous countries. Syria is a country in Western Asia, known to be a consistent target for wars and the chaos that follows. The inhabitants always live in fear of encountering death on any given day. Ongoing violent conflicts cause severe destruction to life and property. Even if the country manages to recover from the damage, it will probably again be reduced to rubble very soon. Syria has experienced bombardments of residential areas, lengthy sieges, chemical weapons attacks, starvation, and medical care deprivation. Bombing hospitals makes up one of the main tactics of the government and other forces. Completely war-torn, this country is an extremely dangerous place to live in. Despite being an important historical site of the Middle East, it is definitely currently not safe for tourists. Snake Island, Brazil. With the official name of Ilha de Queimada Grande, the Snake Island is situated off the coast of Sao Paulo in Brazil. It is one of the most dangerous places in the world to travel to and live in due to an alarming number of snakes. This island is the only place on the planet that houses the deadly golden lancehead viper, with venom so powerful that it can melt human flesh. Just a thought of this snake can send chills down your spine. Owing to the inescapable levels of danger on the island, the Brazilian government has banned visitors here. There are rumors that the last fisherman who strayed too close to these shores was found drifting in his boat days later, lifeless in a blood pool. This certainly is one of the most dangerous places on Earth. Death Road. The North Yungas Road is a dirt road known as the Death Road for all the right reasons that you can guess. Driving up and down this 43-mile or 69-kilometer switchback is extremely dangerous because of fog, landslides, waterfalls, and steep cliffs around 2,000 feet at each turn. Until 1994, almost 300 divers were killed every year, justifying its nickname and putting it in the list of the most dangerous places to visit in the world. The road extends far enough to connect the Amazon rainforest to the capital city, surrounded by mountainous terrain. Merchants have the habit of overloading trucks and buses trying to sell their wood and crops in the area. The hairpin turns, however, are not always wide enough, which sometimes resulted in many trucks going over the cliffs with people and their livelihoods. And that is our list of the most dangerous places to visit in the world. If you feel like going to one of these places, make sure you are in good physical condition and prepared. Better yet, do not visit any of these places at all. Thank you for watching the video. Be so kind as to leave a comment and return to the next video. Until then, stay safe.